Okay everyone, this video is going to be about this particular document feeder, a D683. Will not lift paper. I've already taken a bunch of screws out of this thing. It was in my graveyard. So stuff is kind of falling apart there, but basically what you'll want to do is you'll want to take this front cover off, and there'll be two screws, one there and one there, and then there'll be some, you'll have to pry it off right there, and then this will come off, and then you will see a screw that sticks out right here, and that'll prevent this from coming all the way up because I want to show you something. So we'll just take that screw out. It'll screw out with a screwdriver. And then I'm going to show you right here. This mechanism right here is what lifts your paper up to the feed tires that are normally right here. It goes down like that, and then the feed tires sit right here. And when you press a button to print, this is supposed to raise up and bring it to the feed tires to pull the paper in. This is not coming up, okay? So in an older machines, what it would be just a cracked gear. But in this machine, this old, newer machine, what you'll have to do is you'll have to get to this back panel. You'll take this one screw off right here. It's just a panel that comes off just like that. And then you're going to have a screw underneath that panel right there. And then you're going to have a screw over here. And you'll take those off, and then this panel will just come right off. Now, next, what we're going to do is we're going to need to get this motor and all this wiring right here out of the way, because I believe what your problem is this motor right here, okay? I don't know for sure that this will take care of your problem, just simply because I never had to replace one of these, but I had a customer, or a viewer, excuse me, wanted me to make a video on paper not rising up to the feed tire. Now, I know that I have this exact same problem in the feed unit on the paper trays. You know, you have a plate in these just like the dock feed. You can see right here. And this has to raise up the exact same way. And the problem that we run into with that is exactly this. They have a motor on the back, and inside this motor, there's some gears, little tiny gears. They're plastic gears, and 2 or 3 of those gears will break off, and then your paper tray won't raise up to the feed tires, and you get a jam. Well, I'm imagining that's probably the same thing that's going on here, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to get at that. Now, when you look at this from the top and from the side, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get this, all of this right here out of the way, because we need to get to that motor. So in order to get this out of the way, this thing's going to be held on with a screw right here and right back there. So we'll get that. And I'm not worried about dropping that down in there, because this thing's never going back out. But it would be nice if you've got a screwdriver that is magnetized on the tip. Mine is, it's just not very strong right now. All right, now once we get that out of the way, all of this wiring will be down in these little grooves, just like right here. We want to get all that out the way. And then there's going to be a plug over here on the side. You'll want to put your finger on the board itself when you're trying to pull this out so that you don't crack the board. And then there'll be a little connector right there that you need to get this wire out through. That will allow you, oh, by the way, there'll be a belt on the back of this motor right here You want to make sure that you notice that, because if that comes off, you want to get it back on. So we'll just get this out of the way right there. Then there's going to be a screw that I've already taken out that's right there and right back there. Okay. And then there's going to be a hook right there, and then it's going to hook on right there. So this one will lift up, and then you'll just have to finagle it out of there. That's kind of hard to do with one hand, but there we go. All right. And then you'll just unplug it. So you can unplug it right there from that board right there. And then this motor is what you need to order. Okay, there's the actual DC motor, that metal piece. But the gears in here, I'm sure, is what's gone wrong. Now, this is the number that I looked up for the part number, AX040254. And I was able to find something on the internet, and this is just eBay. And generally they're going for about 40 to 30 to 40 bucks, somewhere around there. The number, I just don't have the service parts manual for this anymore, so I can't be for sure, but I'm fairly certain that that is the number. Ricoh, like most manufacturers, they will change the part number 3 or 4 times. So when you find this part, like on Precision Roller or someplace like that, there'll be about 5 or 6 numbers. That's pretty much the only thing that I can think of at this point that's going to cause that. It could have a bad photo sensor there, thinking that it's not lifting. But the question that I was posed is, it is definitely not lifting up. And that would be the only thing that I would see that would cause this problem. One last thing while I am here. You'll notice that I'm using this Metabow screwdriver. I've been working on copiers for 40 years. I'm going to put a link at the bottom of this video so that y'all can click on that and get one of these. I can tell you I would not be telling you about this screwdriver unless I absolutely loved it. I started out using just a regular old snap-on screwdriver, and for the past, I guess, 10 years, I've been using one of these. I've got about 5 or 6 of these things. Most of them are for the other service techs. They are absolutely fantastic. You've got your replaceable battery in the end. You got 2 speeds, high and low. This thing's plenty fast. Taking out a screw, it's got plenty of torque. It's got a light on it. It's got torque settings on it, and I just can't say enough about it. So if you're looking for a good home use screwdriver, you just can't beat this. This is the best thing since sliced bread, in my opinion. It has saved me a lot of time when you're talking about rebuilding a copy machine. So I'll leave a link for that. And if you have any other videos concerning Ricoh or Toshiba, please send me a link, and we'll see if we can get it done for you. Thanks.